Hello, this is just a quick video just to give you some advice and some key tips and where to look for resources for your upcoming maths GCSE. So regardless of whether you are on the higher course or the foundation course, everybody is sitting OCR GCSE maths. Okay, now the dates and structure remain exactly the same, again, whether you're taking foundation or higher. So the dates are shown to you on that slide there. So your first one will be the 13th of 15th, Thursday the 15th of May, Wednesday the 4th of June, and Wednesday the 11th of June. So we do have a relatively nice gap in between each of your maths papers. All three of those are in the morning. Now, the only thing that changes from exam to exam is the fact that you have two calculator papers and one non-calculator paper, and it is your second paper that will be the non-calculator paper. Now, all of your papers are an hour and a half, and they are all 100 marks, which means on every single paper that you sit, you will get just under a minute per mark. Now, you'll have had conversations in lesson about how best to use your time. Again, if that is a question that you still have, you have those past paper lessons each week, but also just have a conversation with your teacher. We are more than happy to help with any questions that you've got in terms of your exam technique and how best you can prepare for those exams. Now, in terms of what is on each exam and how you can best prepare. Now, there's a huge number of resources available on Google Classroom. I am going to run through kind of quickly where everything is, what websites you can access, and where best to find those after this slide. But pretty much everything that you could possibly need is on Google Classroom. So there's key skills sheets, there's the trigger words sheets, all of the lessons that you've done, and there's also a section on helpful website links. Again, I will show you where all of that is in just a moment. All students also have access to MathsWatch, which is where you've been having your homework set for the last couple of years. On MathsWatch, your weekly homeworks this year have been past papers, so there are loads of past papers on there, but also if you want some specific topic practice, that is also on there as well. The nice thing with the MathsWatch is that immediate feedback, so MathsWatch will tell you whether your answer is correct or not straight away. So you can have that immediate, you know whether you've got it right or wrong, and then you can re-practice it if not. As it says there, maths is one of those subjects where the best way to prepare for it is to just practice, okay? Whether that be past papers or topic-specific questions, it's just seeing as many questions as you possibly can and just repeating those methods over and over again to get them locked in your head. Okay, it's not a subject where, flashcards are necessarily the best thing to use unless you're trying to memorize some of the formulas, but do remember you have got that formula sheet in the exam to help you as well. Okay. Those extra math sessions are held on a Monday and Wednesday, 3:15 until 4 p.m. If you do have any particular topics that you have questions on, or you've come across a question and you're still not sure how to answer it, you are welcome to come to those sessions and ask us for anything in particular. If not, we will be doing general exam practice, picking certain topics that we think would be helpful and, going through those exam style questions with you. I know one of the biggest questions can be, what topics should I be revising? What comes up on each exam? Unfortunately, maths is just one of those where any topic could come up on any of the exams. We don't have any kind of foresight into which topics are going to come up on each paper. All we know is that paper 1 and paper 3, you have a calculator, paper 2, you do not. So when I show you kind of the next couple of slides, those websites have a list of every single topic on there. So those websites are really helpful for seeing what topics it is that you need to know. But unfortunately, we can't say, oh, this will be on paper 1, this will be on paper 2. We don't know until you've sat them. So the main answer to that question is you just need to know everything for each of those topics. But as you'll see in a minute, some of those websites have those topics broken down into literally what grade they are considered. So if you know that you're somebody who's aiming for a particular grade, you can go onto those websites and see what topics you need to be getting locked down. And you should have had your kind of topic breakdown as well from your previous assessments of which questions you scored well on and which ones you maybe need to focus a bit more attention on. Okay, so to show you where everything is and where you can access all of the possible resources for maths, this is an example of a Year 11 Google Classroom. So on the top of your Google Classroom, you will see that there is the perfect purposeful practice section. That's got pretty much everything that you would need to get started on any maths revision in there. You will see that below there you've got all of the topics that you've done so far this year. There's your revision and retrieval section, some of the past paper model solutions that we've completed, homework, and every other thing that we have done this year. This is going to be your most useful section, especially for preparing for your GCSEs. So in there, you will see there is a copy of that trigger words booklet that we have been using in lessons when you've been doing your past papers. So that is a really helpful tool if you are doing past papers and you're stuck on exactly what topic or method it is that you're supposed to be doing. So you can access that in there. There's also those non-calculator key skill sheets that you have seen recently. So those are purposefully designed to give you like a little half-hour practice on a non-calculator skill. So if you know, for example, that you are not the best at dealing with fractions in the non-calculator paper, there is a sheet literally there just full of fractions questions with the answers attached as well. So if you're looking for a little half-hour chunk of maths revision to have a go at, they are really useful. Some of the Easter School resources are in there as well. The main thing I want to show you in here is the purposeful practice document. Now this has got a lot of links to different websites with loads of different practice questions on there. Okay, so if you are at a loss of where to get started, or you're looking for exam questions or past papers, there is so many websites here that are really, really useful. So Maths Genie has a lot of topics broken down by question. So if you go onto that link there, you'll see they're also broken down by grade. So if you know that you are aiming for a grade 6 and you want to see what topics that falls into, they've got all the exam questions and all the solutions there for every single topic that could be on your GCSE. And as I mentioned earlier, we don't know which topics are going to be on which paper. So you kind of need to be prepared for all of them for every paper. So if you do know that there's a particular topic you want to have a look at, they will all be in there. Another really good one is Physics and Maths Tutor. Now, what's excellent about this website is if you go into the GCSEI GCSE section and you go into Maths Revision, now under that Maths Revision, what they do is questions by topic. Now, just remember we are OCR, so you would want to go into this section here. Now, if you go into there, either you can break it down by grade, or these are kind of like your overall topics. So let's say you want to go and practice some algebra, and you go into set 1, higher or foundation there, so whichever course you are on. So if I go into foundation, and then I can pick whichever topic it is that I want to have a go at in there, and it is all past exam questions for that specific topic. Okay, if you want something more general and you literally just want to access past papers, again, go in that GCSE, GCSE section, maths papers, and then again, we are OCR. Now, the thing just to be aware of, because I know there was a little bit of confusion with this, paper 1, 2, and 3 are the foundation papers. So 1 is foundation paper 1, 2 is your non-calculator foundation paper 2, and then paper 3 is foundation paper 3. If you are on the higher course, paper 4 is higher paper 1. So 4, 5, and 6 are all of the higher papers. So paper 4 is your first paper, paper 5 is your non-calculator higher paper 2, and then paper 6 is higher paper 3. Okay, so those are all in there. So there are loads of other websites on there. There are loads of resources. And as I said on the previous slide, the absolute best way to revise maths is to practice it. So if it's a topic, get on there, find the topic, do some practice questions. If you are at a point where you need more general practice and you need to be identifying questions, that's where those past papers are really handy. And if you're at a complete loss, obviously, please feel free to ask your teachers. They are the best people to give you advice on where to find things and what you can be accessing.